Very good morning to everyone. Yes, so my first encounter to the quantum technology and its application was during my master thesis in 2003 in India, where we used the quantum mechanical properties for the cosmetic industry, Unilever. After that, I came to Germany for my PhD in the group of Stefan Glaser at TUM. And Professor Glaser is considered one of the founding fathers of quantum communication, computing and control in Munich. He has this QCCC program with other four groups in Munich with LMU, Munich, TUM, and also the Max Planck Institute for Quantum Optics. This is how I started my PhD, and I got an exposure to the world of quantum mechanics. That is also one of my startup. This is all about developing the quantum sensors for the food applications. This is just one example that I wanted to show that how the quantum mechanics can also be useful for other applications. Where today I'm here to talk about the more on the hotspots of the startups. Basically, all we know that since the quantum mechanics and its development happening since very long, in recent time we have seen that this technology and its application has been maturing up, and it has created both the opportunities and the risk. And that is the reason why most of the governments around the globe or the leading economies also started paying attention to this. It is not more of the opportunities but rather risk actually. And we can see the many leading economies started paying attention and putting a lot of money into it. So in just last year, basically we can see the leading economies like USA, European Union, like India and China, they have invested a lot of money, and altogether we can see this money is altogether is around 38 billion. It is projected that the market of the quantum technologies would grow up to 100 billion in just 2040. Well, in the next slides, and this is very complicated slides. If you want to look at it, have a look at it. But you can see mostly the China is leading in the funding, as 15 billion. Then European Union as such. Then we have USA, India, and other economies as well. Of course, Canada is also leading a lot. So in the next slides, I will be discussing more about how these countries and the government is paying attention to the quantum technologies and the universities and also the startup sector. Well, if you look at this slide, here, if I, sorry. Okay, yeah. So if I focus on Europe, Germany is leading in more of the investment altogether. But of course, China is leading way ahead compared to other economies. But the question I ask myself is funding related with the amount of startups they produce and the quality of the startups at the same time? Well, we will answer this question maybe at the end of this, this talk altogether. So my presentation is mostly based on the two nice articles. One is from the McKinsey, and the other one is from the Seker et al. Is from the Karlsruhe Institute for Technology, actually. They have done a very good study, and they found a lot of insight about the current hotspots around the globe. Well, all of us knows that the quantum technology is broadly divided into three parts, like quantum computing or the simulation, quantum communication or cryptography, quantum sensing or metrology. Well, this is as per the McKinsey reports, but at the Seker et al. At the KIT, they have again categorized this quantum technology into, let's say, 6 parts. They also included the complementary technologies, such as the electronics, for example, the cryoprobes, cryogenic systems, and so on. And they also included the supporting companies, such as, I would say, Quantum Effects is one of the supporting companies, or the institutions or consulting companies. And they basically also divided quantum computing into 2 parts, hardware and the software. Now, looking at the report from the McKinsey, they have basically quantum computing investment could go, it's like altogether the market size will grow from 9 billion to 93 billion in just in decade, for example, and the quantum communication will go from 1 billion to 7 billion, and focusing on the quantum sensing, it will be going from 1 billion to 6 billion. We can also then focus on the number of master's degree programs that has increased up to 50 altogether. There is also the question, like, as this number of startups are growing, the talent pool is also needs to be grow actually. As we can see the job post last year in 2021, altogether out of 3 posts, only one was fulfilled altogether. Now I will just run fast. So you can see from the McKinsey the top economies such as United States, Canada, UK, Japan, France, Germany, and China. They are leading into the quantum computing startups altogether. So you can see how the number of startups has grown over in the year of 2022. The incumbent companies and the public and public government organizations and academic groups, how they are supporting and the activities around these technologies happening. Now, focusing on other countries, the other countries are also playing a big role. Leading companies, also we can see the Finland is also playing a big role in here. Australia, India, Israel, and Sweden. These are the countries, they are also coming up and playing a big role in developing the quantum technologies altogether. Looking at the quantum communication, of course, the United States is still leading here. China is leading compared to the quantum competition. Canada is all about all there, and also the United Kingdom is there. We can see now in the next slide the quantum sensing. We can see the United States still leading, but there are other new players coming in. The Switzerland is also now, we can see in the quantum sensing, the Switzerland is also playing a big role. Also, we can see some competition in the European Union, especially Germany is also playing a big role here at the same time. Now, when we'll go back to the other report, the research article, we can see how the number of startups. So startups, they consider basically the startup who originally founded for the quantum technology, and they haven't considered the large companies like Google and IBM in this report. So we can see the number of startups grew over the year, and in this particular part, peak like 2015 to 2020, the number of startups grew exponentially altogether. So this is one of the the second quantum evolution, I would say, or revolution is happening in altogether, or quantum gold rush they call it nowadays. So this is also happening. As per this report, again, United States and Canada is leading in the number of startups for the quantum technologies, as we can see it here. Of course, the US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, India, and China, and Switzerland, they are really leading in this number of startups going in the quantum technologies altogether. If we categorize and look at this violin graph, this gives us altogether very nice overview. Like, when we look at categorize like supporting companies, quantum sensing companies, quantum cryptography, communication, quantum computing, and complementary technology. If we look at this part here, the supporting companies, they grew faster in the year just from 2015 in 2022. So this is how some of these companies are based on like the activities of the main or the core companies altogether. If we look at the sensing, quantum sensing, basically this is developing very smoothly over the years altogether. But also looking at the quantum computing hardware and software, we can see this is already happening, but this since 2015 to 2022, there is a lot of activities happening in that area. Well, this also shows like the altogether US and Canada is leading all over in all types of company within the quantum technologies. But also if we go down in other countries, there are that it's not that much of activities happening. So the leading countries would be US, Canada, UK, Germany, France, China and India altogether here. But if you go down, the much of the activities are not happening for overall development is there. This is also very nice graph that presentation. We can see how the frequencies of the companies founded as the year passes in different types of company like communication, software, sensing, and so on. We can see Germany is almost in the top 5 altogether here in the complementary technology, also in the software, basically in hardware, and also in the sensing. All we can see, but altogether this data shows that US and Canada is leading. The reason behind these countries are leading also because of the fundamental research happening in those countries and the universities they are leading. For example, MIT, Harvard, and so on. In the UK as well, in the Oxford. Also in Germany, we know that TUM, University of Stuttgart, they are also leading in this regard altogether. Max Planck Institute, Fraunhofer Institute, they are also leading. But also from the economic point of view and from the patents altogether, China is basically owning the half of the patents altogether. But this is also leading to the question like what is the impact of those patents and also the research articles altogether they have been published. So if we compare the previous graph of the number of patents with the number of publications, the United States and the European Union, they are leading. But also at the same time the impact factor, so there's an impact factor. This might be also related with the language perhaps, but the impact factor in this case, United States and European Union, of course, leading the way. And within the European Union, we can see that Germany is, of course, leading quite handsomely altogether here in the quantum technologies and the number of publications. So still, the China is China is still leading in the contribution towards the quantum related research articles. Of course, European Union and US is following them up. Okay, so yeah, this is important. So the hotspots is basically definitely in this case is all about the universities, and as this is the highly deep tech startups area, we need to the universities and they are offering a lot of programs from the quantum technologies now, and we can see how this number has been increasing all over the world. Well, this last point is also as the number of starters is growing, the number of talent is not picking it up. So, but currently we see that European Union is leading the way, then India and China and United States. But as per the density, this is definitely related with the population. But as we can see, at the sheer absolute number, European Union, India, China, and United States, these 6 top countries are leading the way for the talent altogether. Well, there are of course some consortium between the industry and the universities. This will definitely lead the way towards like the creating different new hotspots altogether. We have heard a lot of the other small town, big universities, all also creating these programs. So I will not go into it. But in my conclusion, of course, the US is leading in the overall development of the quantum technologies. Definitely, China is leading in filing the patents and most contribution in the research. And the European Union is leading the way for the most number of talents and the high impact research altogether. So currently, if we look at the quantum technologies is a very dynamic field, and as we go forward, we have to see how this field is changing altogether. But the most of the hotspots would come from the university and its basic research. So I would like to thank the organizers, Vibke and Julian, for this opportunity, and thank you for listening.